How's it going today, guys? Question the Quo, coming at you with another video topic. Today we have the myth that society feeds a lot of young men and women, and that myth is just be yourself. Right. And that is couldn't be further from the truth, right, in society. Like, it promotes laziness, it promotes unhealthy lifestyle, and it promotes a victim mentality. All these things that are always unattractive to the other sex.
Definitely.
Would you say?
Yeah, definitely. This day and age, guys, there's definitely feeding you the just be yourself narrative. This is true for guys and girls. It's almost a double standard, though, because women will say, oh, it's just being myself. Men have to prove themselves and love me for who I am. Whereas they'll expect a man to have the whole package, which is what we're going to dive in today.
And that kind of goes back to men needing to prove their worth and women needing to preserve their worth, essentially. So,
all right, gentlemen, jumping into the first part, we're going to go exactly why this myth is so detrimental to men. The first aspect would be it promotes kind of a lazy, society. So say you're introverted, or say you don't know game and how to talk to girls, you would just still fall into that just be yourself narrative, and you would just be like, oh, like these girls should like me, I'm just being myself, whereas you might get nervous even talking to a girl. So it's definitely something that you need to, quote unquote, not be yourself in order to get girls, because you need to learn certain behaviors and social aspects. And
when you take that type of mentality as far as just being yourself, in promoting laziness as well, you start resenting women, because you end up being like, well, they're just all women want this, or all women only want that, right? And then you start categorizing women into the same category, and then it could make you become more resentful and then even less attractive. So you need to understand that just being yourself is not something that you want to do. You want to always improve.
Exactly. Always get better, guys. I like to think, like, say you're going for an interview, you're not just going to be laid back and, yourself. You're going to be at the top of your game. So same way with life, you don't want to fall into that laziness trap. You want to be, coherent and push for more. And
not to mention, it does lead to an unfulfilled lifestyle. I mean, I've been there before. Everyone's been lazy once in their lives, right? Alright, so number 2, it promotes an unhealthy lifestyle, guys. Now, we can make a whole video on eating right and eating, the appropriate amount for who you are and what you're trying to achieve, but we'll save that for another time. What we mean by this is you need to be mindful of what you're feeding your body, whether it's in the form of drugs or whether it's in the form of food, right? I mean, food could be classified as a drug too. But being yourself, you would be like, it's almost like if you feel like eating something, just eat something. If you feel like being emotional like that and emotionally eating and stuff, and that's something women do mostly, but men will still do it. Society's just promoting that message of just do it if it feels good for you, which could be
further from the truth. Yeah, it's definitely unhealthy, guys. You want to have your lifestyle and your physical features in a way that is positive towards, healthy, obviously, but also as far as getting women. So they're not going to respect you or see you as high value if you're not taking care of your body and being yourself and, binge eating, like Joey said, or eating whatever you want.
Alright, guys, and the last one is victim mentality. This could actually kind of just wrap into everything else, going back to promoting laziness, because then you end up being like, everything's against me, and as well as an unhealthy lifestyle. You follow the first two topics we talked about, and then it's going to lead into this type of victim mentality, right? Where you're blaming everyone else for your problems, and you are oblivious to the fact that you are in control of everything in your life, and you're responsible to be the best version of yourself, be financially successful, and be fit. So that going forward.
I think definitely, guys. Take responsibility for where you are in life, and don't fall victim to that narrative of just being yourself is okay. You have to take responsibility and realize that if something's not going your way, you have the power to fix it, and you're able to adjust your life and get more success.
You're not a victim. So, guys, quick little takeaways. If you take anything from this video, if you don't take anything from this video, at least take this. Just understand that you do not want to be yourself, because number one, you just don't want to be lazy, and you've got to hold yourself accountable. Be mindful of what you're putting in your body as far as food and drugs. And also understand that if you start following down that path, it will lead eventually to a victim mentality, and that is very detrimental, especially if you're trying to be on your A game.
Yeah, and you'll be resentful of society itself, even if if you do follow that route. So that's the video today, guys. Make sure you drop us a comment with some video ideas, hit us a like, and we'll see you next time.